and whatnot are talking about how this is mimicking 9/11 and etc. But today feels good. You see, with 9/11, when that happened, I remember driving to work and I just kept going, today is a big day for some reason. Why is today so important? Is it somebody's birthday? No, somebody's birthday was September 10th. You know, like I remember very distinctly driving to work that morning going, today is important. Why is it important? But I'm going to tell you, March 11th feels good. I got a lot of stuff done this morning, even though it doesn't feel like I got anything done this morning. But today feels good. So I know astrology is what astrology is, but I also believe the energy we put forward has just as much impact as the energies of the cosmos. So today feels good, and I'm gonna stick with that. All right. I didn't really see a lot of questions on yesterday's video, so we are going to address those questions first and foremost, and we're going to do it with Nyx. Hey Becky, we're going to do those first questions with Nyx, and then we're going to go back to our list to try to get some more stuff knocked out. Now I'm going to tell you I'm a little bit behind in news because I tune out, you know. So I watch other readers and then I try to see if there's anything there that I missed, that I don't know what's going on. But honestly, for protection's sake, I tune out. I got things to do. I have too much to do, and I've spent a year and some change worried about what is going to be. We're here. We're at one of the things that I did not want to happen. We're here. We're here. We're in the middle of a global conflict. We might not want to call it a world one just yet, but there's enough players in it to know that in a few years we're going to be calling it a certain thing. It is what it is. If they catered, is that a code word or a typo? Let me get some lip gloss. Captured. Oh, captured. Oh, yeah, I think I heard about that. I think I heard about that. I think I heard about it a couple days ago. Are people just now talking about it? Just like how, you know, people are just now saying, oh no, there's maybe about 500 injured. It's like, that's not the word I heard. Sorry. Y'all know my chapstick melted yesterday. It was that hot. And just my car. Okay. That's interesting. But you know, I tap into a lot of foreign news. Let me make sure this water is off. Oh my God, I'm glad I checked. I forgot to cut off the water hose. I tap into a lot of foreign news, so I did hear this a couple days ago. All right, so we're gonna get into Nyx first. Well, let me give him a quick sound bath. I got my plastic box today, so I should have a little rise up. The sun's still out and it's coming at a different angle than it normally does, so I guess the earth is still rotating. The days are still the days. So it's still a little too sunny over here. I was sitting at the table and I was debating on going live at the table for like the last hour. And then I got into my prayer. And then I got into a personal prayer. After that, I forgot to say amen. Thank you. And then I prayed for our live today. I was sitting over there, but I just need to plant my feet in the ground. So it's like, should I go live while I'm over there? I'm like, no, I gotta plant my feet in the ground. It just seems to ground me more. All right, let's give Nix a sound bath real quick. And you can hear that he's in there because it gives a little like chain rattle. Feels like a picture is trying to tease its way forward. What was that? Hold on. I'm seeing hands thrown up. Is that here or is it somewhere else? Hey, Bumble. I don't know where that is. Is that a surrender? Is that a, what is that? Okay. I see, I don't know whose soldiers those are. I see like soldiers, but it's like almost like a mustard brown uniform or something, and it's like has some brown speckles to it or circles to it or something. But I see like a guy. I don't know if this is here. I want to assume it's overseas because it's a lighter brown guy who's like, don't shoot, don't shoot. Like he's doing this movement. And I see like his shirt like flapping loose. So it's kind of like he has a shirt over a shirt. And he has like short cropped black hair. Not necessarily cropped, but like not long either. And it's not long enough to have a wave to it. It's just like, maybe short growing out. I'm trying to understand why they're there. Because these soldiers, it's about 3 to 5 of them. They do have metal pieces in their hand, bigger metal pieces. The reason why I don't necessarily know if it's over there or if it's over here is one, I'm not seeing a background. But two, it could be here. Okay. Like interrupting something. I don't necessarily, I don't want to say it this way because I'm sure this exists of some sort, some flavor to it, but it feels like they interrupted something or someone who was there to do basically a job. Like they feel like, I don't want to say a shill, they feel like more of a worker as opposed to a total mastermind. You know, they feel more like they were there to do something. Is it computer wise? Because he doesn't have a weapon on him, so it feels kind of like he has something tech to do, like something computerish. to do. And he was interrupted by these 3 to 5 soldiers. But again, I'm not getting if it was over there or if it's over here. I'm feeling like he was hired by someone who's not his own countryman. Like he's doing something for the money to take care of his family, but the orders aren't from his countrymen. So it's not like he's doing it for his country. I'm hearing the words false flag, false flag. So there was something computer-ish that he was being hired to do. Something hackerish, something dangerous for sure. Impact, why am I hearing subway? Does Detroit or Chicago have subways? It's like to disrupt transportation. It is something to do with the computers. Something codes turning something off or disrupt. I just heard something banking system. Transferring money. Why am I feeling not grief, but my eyes are stinging? What is he doing? What was he supposed to be doing? He was in the middle of transferring something also. And rewriting code? Feels like something train or subway to disrupt the travel or something, and then also something to deal with transferring money from someone's account, like to hack it, to deplete it, to who? Oh my God, who is this for? But he wasn't doing it for his country. He wasn't hired by his country. This feels like a ice reel thing. Not necessarily a threat, but like he wasn't necessarily threatened, but he was. His fingers move like really fast on this computer. So he's like super, super fast. He's really good at what he does, but he's interrupted. Like an anonymous tip or something. Like basically he was hired to get busted. There's someone else in the room with him though, because I feel him like turn his head back and like shout something to someone in the back who takes off running. This is definitely a surprise. So I think they both were to be doing that. One doing the other thing, the other one doing the other thing. Like one doing the bank account, one doing the train, subway. Were they supposed to cause an impact? I think so. I think they were supposed to cause a collision. I think so. Yes, there's something about a train stalling. I'm just gonna say this. I don't know if I'm saying it because this is like one of the only words I know. But like I hear like Habibi, like when he's talking to the other person, I hear like Habibi, but it feels kind of like a joke. Like, you know how New Yorkers call each other son or something like that? It feels like that. It feels like a joke between these two, like Habibi. Basically, I'm feeling that the sleeper cell talk that has been going around and around and around and around was planted. It's planted information. Again, to blame the Iranians. Like they're not planted there by IRA in the first place. They think they might be, but the actual money isn't coming from IRA. They would basically be doing the work of Izzy without knowing it. Basically, two birds, one stone. But they feel, like I said, they're interrupted. So we'll likely hear about another ISIS thing or something that they're gonna throw and name and use because they can't defend themselves. But know that it's not the actual country. It's not like Muslims right now are in the middle of holiday, holy days, holy weeks. They're in Ramadan, so it should be nearing. It means it's a long time too. So they're not doing this stuff. It's really interesting because I'm kind of getting it that it is here on this soil, but I'm like, why would soldiers meet them? So maybe they're not soldiers, maybe they're just agents, but they're dressed like soldiers. But who's soldiers? Because there's like an Americanness to these guys. Something about awaiting orders. So yeah, it's like, are there sleeper cells? Yeah, but they're not necessarily the the people who we think they are. These are people planted by a different country and being used essentially against their own country as they work against ours. This stuff is so complicated, but it's really so simple. The country that's hiring all these people throw rocks and hide their hands. They never claim to be behind anything, but they are behind everything. I just saw Lindsay for some reason. Why am I seeing Lindsay? Okay, he's their mouthpiece. What about him though? I just heard a terrible Suzanne Sugarbaker impression from him. He wants to be so important, but he's not, and he's essentially alone. No one really liked him. It reminds me of Porky Pig right now. I don't know. Like I just saw like the two of them, like Porky Pig. But that's all, folks. Basically, he's like their mascot, Lindsay. Okay, I don't know what you want with that, but all right, let's keep going. Okay, it's a friendly contact between males. Okay, cool. Hey everybody. Oh hey Bree. Hey Sunny. Okay, Nat. Yes, I have. Oh, goosebumps. Two days ago, when we were doing our reading, I didn't see him alive. Like while we were doing the reading, I then saw him not alive. Don't know. I think that was like during the part where I got the ick or just before I got the ick, but I didn't see him alive. And that ick feeling was just so, it just came on. I was like, whoa, what's that? What's that? I can't shake it. All right. Let's go there. Let's start there. Let's start there. know if y'all remember when I don't know if it was during the March reading, and I think it might have been during one of the weeks. Oh, we're coming up to the 3rd week of March. That's when things take a pivot. But there was a refrain that I kept getting, and I think I remember saying it, and it was our turn, our turn. So it was like the hourglass has flipped over. It's our turn. Chills for 3rd week of March. I remember like the first 2 weeks of March being terrible readings. And I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be terrible. And then something happens in that 3rd week, and it a lot of it does deal with the VOTES situation becoming more realized. I recently just heard that Gabbard is in something, Maricone County. Like she took whatever she did to Fulton, she went and did it to Maricopa, I don't know, something in AZ, I think. No, I don't really get. I mean, something happens every Friday. That's they're the poor bosses that tell you something at 4:59 on a Friday afternoon. But no, I don't really feel a twist or a turn until the following week. But we'll see. You guys asked about captured soldiers. My impression is, yes, they're captured, but they're captured as in saved. Meaning whatever they were on was going to be destroyed. But the Iranians are like, we're not pigs. And it's like they saved them. Like, basically, we're the opposite of America, is kind of how it came off. So it's like captured but saved. But we'll see. And then, was it actually that? All right. Izzy's rolling a false flag being revealed. Okay. I don't really get into the Schumann stuff. I don't understand it, and I'm not going to force myself to. I just know there's spikes and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. That's about when I felt dizzy, or that's about when I felt tired, I mean, energy is energy, so whatever energy is doing, it's affecting somebody, and it's usually part of me. Okay. That they stop and look at their phones. I mean, I get chills to that, but I don't know in what degree. Is it because an alarm of go inside, or is it homeboy is dead, or is it I don't know, because last week I heard them practicing the alarms, so it's kind of like, oh gosh. Ooh. I don't do personal readings during my lives, but I just don't. I'm sorry. I wish you well with your health, though, but I don't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to feel into, am I supposed to answer that, or, and I'm not getting the call to answer it. Um, it just feels like something more that you should be taking up with your team, your own angelic team. Um, that's a yes, by the way, from Nyx. So that's what I'm getting more of, is that this is a more go within, get the answers type of question. I hope that makes sense. But it's like, stop ignoring us, talk to us. So you have an angelic team. It's like 3 or 4 of them. Um, let me finish saying what I heard. Assigned to your life. 3 or 4 of them assigned to your life. One there to help you navigate life, but the others are there when you need them. Like you need them when you're going through. And one of them is a crossed over relative of yours. Or 2 of them are. I'm feeling grandparents. Um, they're grandparents together. I can't tell if they're like grandparents 0, or if they're grandparents like great grandparents. But they're together. So you got quite a team with you. So it's more go within, go within. Um, a brother, or like a brother or like a brother. I just hear brother, and I just hear like a really nice voice, like a deep, but like not so deep you can't understand them, but like a nice, smooth, bassy voice. Um, the kind that traps women. Yeah. So, the one who could say mon chéri if he wanted to, and whoo, panties off. But anyway, something about a brother. And I just hear, I got you, brother. Almost like the wrestler guy. Who's the wrestler guy? Is that the Snap into the Slim Jim wrestler guy? Like, I got you, brother. No, that's like, oh no, that's like the Hulk guy, because I think he said brother. So a love of wrestling together. I don't know. I can't keep going. But I'm just saying, as far as your question, I'm personally not to answer it. You are to snap into a Slim Jim. I know this is a whole different wrestler, but basically you gotta go within. Talk to your team. Anyway, if you're still here, I hope you caught that message. But anyway, pushy is a very good word. That's a very good word. Because I'm trying to move on. That's a very good word. And release. Thank you. Okay. So, let's go. Exhausted? That was me yesterday. I don't like the graham cracker since 1995 when he did. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that's a BB. Hello, everybody. Hey, Karma. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Sunny. Hey, Lady. Hi, Elise. Hi, Bree. Hi, Becky. Hey, Suze. Hey, Angela. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me pick this back up. It's been 37 minutes and nothing happened yet. All right, so what were we saying? We're going to answer y'all questions from yesterday before we get into today's reading. Okay. Captured soldiers. I'm just letting the breeze go by real quick. Each day has felt like a week. Oh my God. Like, how is it just Wednesday? Nyx agrees. Nyx agrees, child. All right, so the way Nyx works is up and down or back and forth is a yes. Side to side is going to be a no. So just for sake, Nyx, can you show me a no, please? Well, first, are you ready to read? Okay, so that's a yes. Back and forth. So just ask again, are we able to ask you questions pertaining to some of this stuff that's going on? And that's a yes. Okay, please show me a no for all the people out there. They need to see what a no looks like for you so they don't think all you do is yeses. Show me a no, please. Wait for the wind to pass. Okay, now please show me a no. A big and easily recognizable no. Okay, so that is a no. Left to right is a no. Has Ira, and you know who we're talking about, sorry, we had a breeze just then. It was a very cool breeze, so I'm wondering if rain is coming because it's like air conditioning breeze, which is weird because it shouldn't be. Okay, has Ira captured U.S. soldiers? All right, that's a yes. That's interesting. Okay, so yes, soldiers have been captured. Is it in the hundreds? It's a bigger yes. It is in the hundreds. On the same note, is the Department of Defense through Caroline Leavitt or whoever, are they telling the truth about the number of soldiers no longer with us? Are they telling the truth about the number of soldiers no longer with us? That's a no. Is it more than 7? That's a yes. Is it at least 100 times that number? That's a yes. So 100 times 7 would be 700. So it's at least 100 times that number. Are we actually in the thousands with lives lost? Are we yet in the thousands with just American lives lost? Are we yet in the thousands? Have we yet crossed over into the thousands? I gotta let the wind blow. Hold on. Now, when I came out earlier, it wasn't this windy. Anyway, all right, so here we go. Have we crossed over into the thousands of lives lost with soldiers yet? And I'm talking about American only, not adding them up. That looks like a no, not yet in the thousands. Are we in the thousands with casualties? Are we in the thousands yet with casualties? Oh, that's a yes. Are we talking debilitating casualties? Like limbs or hearing or sight or life-altering casualties? Okay, we're talking about big casualties. That would be interesting. But I do hope something in your life has closed. Honestly, I think if, and I don't think Lisa's off about, but she was talking about something, some Jupiter or something between 2012 and now. So it's a 14-year cycle completing. And I think it's Jupiter. All right, so I'm not going to go too far into areas I don't understand yet. So I'm not going to ask that question. I'm going to just stay where we are right there. All right, so we are, just to be clear, it's at least 150 captured. Does Ira have at least 150 captured? Why do I keep hearing something about a ship? It's like they rescue people, like they hit a ship or something and then rescue people, and then the rescue is like basically the capturing. Is that what happened? Does it have something to do with a ship or something? Okay, so is that why I heard we're not like America? Okay. It's something to do with a ship. Um, let's see, has that passed yet? Has that happened yet? Has that happened yet? The hitting of a ship or something. Has that happened yet? Okay, it has. I know people were talking about something, an Abraham? Is that a ship? Because I'm hearing Abraham Lincoln. And I'm like, is that a ship? Are there ships named after presidents? Because for some reason I'm like hearing George Washington also. Okay, Libby mentioned something with that. Okay. Is there a ship called the George Washington? I don't know if that's a ship, actually, the George Washington. Is there something else called the George Washington? Are we talking monuments? Hold on. Hmm. Something with the Washington Monument. Because of how strongly of a symbol. Is something going to happen in DC? I'm hearing yeses. Hold on. Because they have the Abraham Lincoln statue there too. Are we talking ships or are we talking DC? Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Are we talking ships? Both? Why did I hear Washington must fall? All right, hold on. Okay, let me check. So there's a USS Abraham Lincoln. Okay. I think Libby was talking about that one. I'm not sure. Are they planning on striking monuments in DC? I think so, Tabby. I'm going to ask next real quick, but girl, these goosebumps. The USS George Washington. So there is a oh. The family would destroy their own hotel before the evidence is used to take them down. Washington and Lincoln both have communication ships. DC is only 90 to 100 miles away from the Atlantic. I think they're going to hit the monument, Suze. I really do. It would be such a statement like, look, we can strike your land. But I do feel like they're going to actually clear the monument before it happens. It's almost like we're warning you. Because they don't want to actually hurt the people. They can, but they don't want to. Okay, so to strike the monument would be, like I said, a warning, but it's saying the White House next. You know, like it's like, look how close we can get to you on purpose, like by design. I wonder if that's going to be intercepted. Yeah, I'm telling you, like energy wise, I don't feel like, oh my God, doom, doom, doom. I don't. It's like, it's just a personal message. It's like, you effed with us a little too much. Now stand down. I don't feel doom. Like, I don't feel like all out, like, run. I don't feel that here on our soil from anybody other than people within our soil. And I mean, like, elected officials and stuff. I'm saying with them, I don't feel. It feels more of a personal, like I said, it's like a calling card, like a personal attack on the people who think they are untouchable. And it's like, look, we can get here if we want to. Exactly, it's a check. Um, but it doesn't feel like we would have to live as if we're in the Middle East ourselves, you know, basically, with constant conflict happening at this time. So it just feels like you're not untouchable. Which would make sense because everything else of the last century has been on replay. So why wouldn't Pearl Harbor be on replay? You know? Why wouldn't 9/11 be on replay? Only this time from an actual enemy and not somebody trying to take over our country. I'm just saying. It's weird. It's like you have allowed them free reign. Talking about the government of the country that has us all in trouble. You have allowed them free reign. Time to pull it back in. We do. And the funny thing about it is, it's not even them, it's the people funding them. And I don't mean just the people who are pretending like they have a different religion that starts with a Z. But I'm talking about the South Africans, the billionaire South Africans, those guys. You know, like I said, well, we'll look at Jay's hypothesis. But anyway, hold on. You see water in front of the monument and the monument. The Air Force has been patrolling the sky. Oh. Up to New York and back. I see them all the time. I think that's part of the stuff that they're not letting us know. You're getting pressure right in the... Oh my God, I'm getting so many goosebumps right now. Yep. All right, so next. Are they going to attempt to take out the Washington Monument? That's a yes. And it's not really fighting on our land. Like that, like I'm getting, this is such a distinction that needs to be said. Like literally the enemy we have to fear is within. It is not, I was gonna say it's not a foreign country, but it is a foreign country, but it's not a brown foreign country. Um, it's, it's weird. It's like a broadcasting message almost of like, we're not your enemy. You're your own enemy. You know, that kind of deal. But we got to let you know that if we could, that if we wanted to, we could. That's what that feels like, is if we wanted to, we could. We don't want to. Um, we just want peace on our own land. The rest of that is we just want to be left alone. That is the general sentiment or emotion that I'm getting from that. But it's like the distinction has to be really clear. This isn't about war on your land. This is about basically checkmate, bitch. If we can hit the monument, we can hit Mar-a-Lago. You know, like that kind of thing. Right. The other ones that I dreamed about, those were internal. Those were not external rockets, you know? They were internal forces. They weren't. Okay, just to establish this. The Israelnauts, I consider internal forces because our flag is taken, our flag is fallen. Our country is owned. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. So when I say internal forces, that includes them as well. When I say external forces, that's everybody but them. Okay, so it's like they're not interested in waging a war on us. One, it's interesting because it was like one, we know that wouldn't be one we would actually win, which is interesting because basically you don't take war to somebody else's house kind of thing. And apparently we have a lot of stuff that they're aware of that I'm not aware of. Because I'm hearing about bases, hidden places, something like in Colorado, something like in Arizona, New Mexico. Like he's like, there are things there that we don't want to mess with, basically. So it's like, we don't want to take it to your land because we're not going to win. Just like you're not going to win over here. We just want you to leave us alone. Honestly, for the most part, Muslim nations are, I'm going to use the word peaceful, but it's like, they're not expansionists like that. I don't know. They're not expansionists like that. I'm not feeling liberty actually being attacked. For some reason, it feels like that means something to them, like liberty. I don't know what we're talking about here. I lost track. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like saying, hey, I can target where I want to target. They would patrol over Chicago, but also a big financial city. Okay. So yeah, I'm not getting New York. For some reason, Lady Liberty, it feels like there's an affinity for her. Probably because of like what she means to so many immigrants. She means more to the immigrants than she does to actual Americans. So there's that. That's really interesting. Okay. All right, cool. So, okay, so just to reiterate, are we seeing a possible attack? Yes, on the Washington Monument. Okay. Will there be an attack on the Washington ship? The Nimitz thing or whatever it's called? Will they be attacking that nuclear ship? It's really interesting. Like, when I tell y'all, this is so weird. I do not feel like they actually want to hurt the soldiers. It feels like it's not about anybody else but two particular people, and not even just two. We were going to read on Jared yesterday. I wanted to try to see if I can squeeze him in, but it feels personal. You know what I mean? Strategic and personal. Now, apparently they are mining the Hormuz, which is kind of like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Yeah. However, it's like if your ship gets damaged because you did that, that's on you. But it's like, I don't feel a direct need to, okay, next. Are they hesitant to actually hurt American soldiers, American citizenry? Again, understand, individuals are individuals, but the actual country themselves, they're like, we're not trying to get that smoke. Like, we don't want to deal with that. We just want two people, mainly. Is that correct? Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. So it's like, okay, so do we need to be afraid of attacks on our own soil from them? From sleeper cells of them? It's like, not really, no. But what about the I-state fueled or paid cells? Do we have to be afraid or wary of that? Yeah, I'm getting a reference to like Boston Tea Party when they dressed up as indigenous people so that the indigenous would get blamed. It feels like that. Okay, I'm being reminded to do some housekeeping. So housekeeping, with 13 people on here, we have 9 likes. So y'all, if you're enjoying this conversation or just riveted by it, you don't have to be enjoying it because of what we're talking about. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. If you're on the outside looking in somehow, I don't know how that works on YouTube, go ahead and come in and hit the like button. In order to chat with us, you do have to be a subscriber, so go ahead and hit that button too, because shoot, it's free. It costs you just a little bit of energy, and I appreciate it. What was the other thing? Because I never remember to do this. If you hit that share button, copy the link, you don't have to post it, but it somehow still helps me. I would appreciate that as well. We're so close to being at 3,000 watch hours, whoop whoop, which is our first goal. Yeah, Carly is doing something personal, and Jenna has vertigo. I know all about that. I hate to wake up. I hate mornings where I wake up and have it, and then I'm done for the day. It's like, but I had plans. I had plans. Hold on. What else is housekeeping? Where's my notes? Okay, be a subscriber, like, share, comments. Y'all, let's talk, engage. It all helps the channel. It helps us grow. Hit the notification bell if y'all can. Really do send good energy vibes out to our girls, Carly and Jen. If you are a prayer, pray. Send that energy vibe. If you are just a big believer in light, love, and energy, go ahead and send those too. But yeah, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. All right, monument near water. The Washington Monument. That is one of the things we just got. Is possibly a target just to say checkmate. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this because I just heard it. Which is run to your bunkers, B. Basically calling them cowards, you know, for that. And they will. They will absolutely run to their bunkers. Okay, so really quickly before we move off of Nyx and get into our reading, there's talk of, wait, hold on. The other question that was here is Izzy's role in false flags, depending on whichever one we're talking about. Will they be revealed? Will Izzy's role in any of the false flags committed on American soil, will any of those be revealed? That's a huge yes. Okay, so did they actually strike Netanyahu's house? Did they really strike Netanyahu's house? Okay, so that's a yes. Did they get Netanyahu's brother? Is he no longer of the spirit world? I mean, of the, well, since I said it wrong, let's see what you say. Is he no longer of the spirit world? Okay, so is, oh, you stopped. Interesting, that seems to be a no, but let me ask it a different way. Was Netanyahu's brother in the house? Was Netanyahu's brother in the house? Okay, he was. Why would he be in the house? Where do they live? Do they live in Tel Aviv? Because that feels like another checkmate instead. Kind of like hitting the monument would be. Actually, it feels more than a checkmate. It feels like it was definitely a thing. All right, so, well, I guess there's nothing more than a checkmate other than an actual thing. I don't know. Okay, so did Netanyahu's brother pass? He did. Was Nat in the house with his brother? Was Nat in the house with his brother? That's a no. Is Nat still among the living? Is Nat still among the living? Has Nat crossed over to the spirit world? Wait. Hold on. Oh, sorry, my arm is going tingly. Hey, Bumble. My butterflies are here. Well, only one. Where's B? I hope B is okay. I never see just one of them. I think I named the third one Maya, for Maya the bee. And then they left. Huh. I never see one. I hope they're okay. I hope no bird got them. All right, I'm sorry. I had to let some blood back into my hand. I saw a bumblebee, like an actual bumblebee today. So I was like, yay, return of the bees. I'm not allergic, so I'm not scared, but you know, we haven't seen many bees, and that's important. Hold on, let me re-ask this question. Cause that guy, he's gone. Okay. And I just got goosebumps. Is the gnat still among the living? Is the gnat still among the living? Okay, now that the wind's done. Is the gnat still among the living? Hold on. Did the gnat self-check out? Did the gnat self-check out? Okay, no. Was the gnat supposed to be on the plane that went to Germany? Was the gnat supposed to be on the plane that went to Germany? Was the gnat? Come on, wind. Ugh. Hold on, let me see again. Okay. Is the gnat still among the living? Is Nat Yahoo still among the living?